Hi guys. Good evening, everyone. I'm setting up 1 second. So stop sharing, share the whole screen. All right. So hi and welcome to my channel, guys. Hopefully, you got my short signal in the morning around 4005, and I posted very clearly on my channel, Telegram channels, that yes, below 4005 there could be some ugly market, and that's what happened. And I could not, again, like, I expected to go to 3960 and it did, but I did not write the entire trip of ES going down, but I did some portion of it, for which I'm happy. And again, today market could not breach 4035, which is like a very good area for breakout. If the news from one of the Fed members regarding that 50 basis points have not come, I expected market to break out from there because market was looking really good. Apple was almost 138, Microsoft was 242, Amazon 99, Google was 93-ish. So they were all pushing the market to the highs, and there was no stopping of tickers to push the index up. But what happened? The moment we lost an important level, it felt like a club of cards, just going boom. It did not stop. And where it stopped, we'll look at the charts and you will clearly understand where exactly it stopped for ES and NQ. So I'll just go and say hi to all my friends who are live with me. Hi Saurabh, hi Nitesh, hi Amir, hi Sovraj, hi Mohan, hi Vasudha, hi Jeremy, hi Srini, hi Vivek, hi Satish, hi Taku. All right. So today was a master blaster. Like if you look at this screen, right? Look at the highs, 138. Again, I'm going to pick up only the biggest stocks, which I track. AMD, 72. 9930 is Amazon. Okay, then going down, I need to clear this. Remove the dock. Google 92. Then Meta was 137. Microsoft 242. Nvidia was 178. QCOM was 124. Tesla was 136.60. So all these stocks were showing actually really good strength. And all of a sudden at 10 o'clock, once the resistance, like the news followed the resistance area. That's what I would say. The news followed. And just to be honest, I entered into puts of 400 SPY at around 225 price. And I put a stop loss, which is 1.5. And unfortunately, that was the day low for that put, and that put closed at around 10ish. But I I don't know, it was my bad luck or something. So I had a loss in that, but later on I went on to with 399 puts on the SPY when 4005 breakdown, and then I cleared some of the loss which I had earlier from the SPY put and made some gains. All right, so let's start from the scan. Hi, the kids. Hi, Kevin. Let me just start from the open high low. So Baba today had an open high, exactly the same, and it lost the entire momentum. So yesterday I was telling, whenever you see open equals to high, just go short, or your mindset to be short towards that ticker or index. If open equals to low, you should be going long. So I'm going to do a scan on inside days. I don't think so we'll have inside day today. Only Goldman Sachs. That's about it. Okay, so let's start from ES first, because there's nothing. And you see, now again, I have not removed or added any of these Fibonacci series or not regular expression, regression channel in the last 6 months or so. Probably this one is coming back from last 1 year, almost 1 year. It was in December 22. Oh no, December 21, this regression channel, and it's still valid. Now look at the power of that regression channel. Yesterday, it hit right on this node. Today, it tested, failed again. And where did it came? It landed right on that 12 EMA. That is why I use very simple tools to identify. Now, this is a perfect evening star. Okay. Now, evening star is not a bright setup for the bulls. It is a setup where if things have to go ugly, this could be a start. And today we had 1.6% downside on ES, which is massive. Plus we lost the regression channel. And now we are looking towards the support. Now, important area is we should not lose 39.15. If we lose 39.15, then the possibility of having at least two back-to-back red candles is really high. Now, my expectation is that we should take a support from this 12 EMA and kind of remain choppy tomorrow, because end of the day, we are going to have a Netflix numbers, which is going to move the market in one direction. So we may have more choppiness tomorrow. So let's be watchful around that. So any options you are doing, make sure you're doing with some spread so that you do not get burned unnecessarily. But that's about it. The importance of regression channel and the 12 EMA. Okay, so where we are heading from here. Now, if we have to bounce, this is the platform. We need to, we have still not lost 12 EMA. We are holding 12 EMA. So 34 EMA, which is 3927, is my stop loss. If it comes, tested and bounces, then yes, I'll be much more confident. If it loses 39.27, I'll be getting ready to short. And my targets will be my regression channel, which I have reclaimed after good consolidation. And if I lose this, this will go towards 3,800 without any resistance. So keep an eye on these two numbers on ES. Right now, ES is an evening star, and people who do not know evening star is a 3-candle pattern, which usually gives you a top. And this was the base from 3,800. We went on to make 4,035. So that's about 5% of move. After 5% of move, we have seen this somewhat dodgy. It has some body, but it's dodgy. And then a massive red candle. So this is called an evening star. It's a 3-candle pattern, 1, 2, 3. Usually we want the second candle to be a dodgy one, and it should be a little higher. The close should be a little higher than the close of the first candle. But in some cases, we need to consider that, yes, it's not a cleaner version of evening star, but it's about 70 to 80% evening star. Okay, so I'm going to go and write down these points into my sheet. So ES is definitely neutral now. And even yesterday, 995. Below 11,650, aggressive declines can happen. Below 3,995, aggressive declines can happen. So that's what exactly happened. So when we are creating these levels, make sure you follow them, you follow the stop losses, and do not think that, yes, there is a hope of something bouncing. Because yesterday and today I was reading about some information floating around the JPM collar options that it's going to be saturated around 40-30, but now we're almost 100 points from that. Do we see a bounce to 40-30? I don't know, but there's some suggestion which I've even posted on Twitter. Please look at the price. Stop watching the news, because when you watch news, you have certain information filled in your head, and when you use that information, it will not allow you to take appropriate decisions. So keep that thing in mind very clear. So now ES is neutral. Where should I do? I should do a buy with a 39.55 and above. I want to buy above 39.55. My stop loss should be 12 EMA, 39.45, 39.45. My targets will be 3995 and 4025. 3995, 4025. This is 40% now, and it's a rejection from long-term trend line. And lost important Fibonacci level. Lost 50% Fib level as well. On the downside, as I said, it's a evening star on daily. So downside momentum can continue. Now, where should we short? We should short when we lose the 12 EMA, which is right now 3945. Stop loss is 3955. First target is 3915. Second target is 3890. 60% chance. If we lose 3890, that will be some serious opening on the downside. Because just see, if we lose this area, we have nowhere to go. We have no support. Candles can go as far as like 5 or 6 candles away from the EMA. So there's a good potential for it to come down to 3800 and 3735. So it opens up as soon as we lose 3890. Again, do not assume anything, wait and react. NQ. I need to figure out on SPY, because I don't want to use SPY numbers. For ES, it's around 3920. That's about 388 something roughly. Same thing in ES, in NQ. NQ has a much cleaner evening star. Again, it's a rejection right from the trend line. Right from this trend line, right from this 23.6 Fibonacci, and we are coming towards this end. Yesterday, our target was 475. It came close to 475 now. It's an evening star 1, 2, and 3 candle. If evening star has to do a follow-up, we should see 4 and 5 to the downside, and we might, like, if we have to break down, if we lose 11,375, which is 12 EMA, we might end up seeing 11,068. And that can happen because Netflix is coming. If Netflix posts bad numbers, that will change everything. It will set the momentum in the market towards the negative side. If Netflix beats, we can go up and break out from this area. So tomorrow will be choppy. We need to wait until the end of the day to see where it goes. So NQ is neutral. where I need to buy. Same thing, I need to buy this around 11,500 now. 11,500. My stop loss should be 11,450. My target will be 11,650, 11,810. 40% probability. Same thing, rejection from long-term trend line, loss of important Fibonacci level, which is 23.6. See, when I put all these notes, that gives me a confidence that yes, here, this number is lost. Now there's a good confidence in going long or short. And that's why I just wait for right opportunity. And again, I do only 1 or 2 trades a day. I do not like do 10 billion trades and then claim, oh, 70% of them worked or 80% of them. If I pick up 2 trades, one of them works, one of them not, it's fine. I'm not going to do 10 million trades. Just wait for the right opportunity. Same thing, evening star on daily. We should short it below 450. 11,500 is the stop loss. 11,375 and 11,068. 60% probability on the short side. So bias is short. And then we have triple Q. Again, look at the Fibonacci levels. Exactly to the point it came, 284.6 and rejected. This is a bearish engulfing because this has covered the entire body along with the VIX, this candle, which is not good. The momentum is still positive. So if we lose 275, I think that will be something really, really bad on triple Q. So keep an eye on 275. 275 is a make or break. In this case, I would love to see if it comes around 276, 277 and see if it bounces or not. Otherwise, it's, as I said, it's an evening start. So it's like a falling knife. Don't try to catch it. Just try to react to the price action. QQQ, same thing, neutral. My stop loss is 275.23. Buy in 277, 276, 277 area. Target is 280 and 284.6. 284.6. 40%. This is bearish engulfing. On the sell side, sell below 275.23. The moment you lose it, this area has been well tested. It's a support for 12 and 34 EMA. We are opening up for 272, 269. 69. Okay. Let me save this. Any questions on this index areas? Any doubts? If any of you have, you're more than welcome to ask your questions. I can share the Zoom link right away if you want. So anybody who wants to talk, who wants to discuss, or who has any opinion, you're more than welcome to join in. Let me just post that link right here. So I usually use 30 minutes on the normal candles and I use 15 minutes on the high Kenichi. I've answered this many times, but people still stick with a shorter time frame. Shorter time frame does not work I am not a full-time trader. I cannot focus on the screen all the time. So shorter time frame is really difficult for me. So 15 minutes or 30 minutes is something which I prefer and I recommend. I have shared the Zoom link. In case if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to join in. If not, then it's your choice and I can move on. So next ticker I have was Apple. Apple also got rejected, but it's holding 135 area. The loss of 34 EMA will be negative. So in this case, I turned positive on Apple. So let's see if it holds 131 or not. But if it loses 131, it will be really, really bad. Now, I want a stop loss or I want to go short below 135.50. So again, it's neutral to short. Neutral to short. 135.50. Stop loss is this. Target is 132.75. 131.75. There is a high possibility of Apple to test 137, 131. 131 will be a really, really good area for Apple to hold. If it loses, then it's really negative for the market. This level will come if market is around 39.20 or 38.90. If 38.90 is lost, 131 is lost, that's a big red flag. Do not go long. In this case, if I have to go long, I would only go long above 136.65, keeping the same stop loss and the levels are still the same. So it's 40% on the positive side and 60% on the negative. AMD. AMD again got rejected from the long-term trend line and it's a bearish engulfing candle. So first thing is bearish engulfing, which is negative. So it should be in red. It's a rejection and or people call it as outside candle as well because it covers the previous candle from the outside. Now, the good part is if we can come around 68 or 68.50 is the stop loss. If you can buy near, like I'm still going to give some wiggle room for AMD. If you can buy it in around 69, 69.5, it still has 72, 74 target. I'm reducing it to 60%, but I would love to buy the dip if it happens on AMD. Amazon today went on to make 99, but lost 96. It was trying its best to hold 96, but struggled in the last 30, 15 minutes and then went down. So let's see what's happening with Amazon. Again, the same thing, rejection back to back from the long-term trend line. It tried, couldn't. Now it should come and test 91, 92 area and then bounce from there. The same thing, if you want to wait or you want to short, you can short it for 92. Right now, it looks like it can actually go neutral. So short, with stop loss is 96. Short around 95. Short below 95. Target is towards 93.50. And 91.75. Again, all this can change if Netflix posts good numbers. So just go long above 96. BA finally came in the range today. It's like roughly inside day, but what it does is it's allowing the 12 EMA to catch up. It's consolidating here right before the earnings. All the airlines have really good earnings this time, so there's a high possibility that like Boeing should also post some really good numbers. So I'm gonna keep this thing in place. Boeing 29210. It closes and stop loss is 208. Stop loss is 208. So this is all good. Baba, let me check what's happening in the Chinese market for Baba. I think Baba can really bounce. Baba is holding well in the Chinese market. It's not losing. It's again a potential evening star. We went right from 98 to 115 back to back, and it's making an evening star. The only caveat here is that Baba held on to these levels nicely. See, we came down, but the volume was lower. So I just like I hardly use volume, but in some cases when I'm tracking these stocks, uh, I just think that yes, there's some potential in them to go higher pretty quickly. So I'm going to remove the volume for now. Uh, I would love to have one stop loss 111, 112 on Baba, 111.50. Target is 115, 121. Buy near 113, 114. So I'm still positive on Baba. Sell below 111.5. Then I have CRM. CRM is consolidating really well. I think it will find some support here with 12 EMA and the long-term trend line, because this is after a very long time it has broken out from here. So a back test will be really good. 143.30 CRM, 143.30 will be a really good 143.50 is really good stop loss. Buy in the range of 144 to 145. Again, it's neutral. My target will be 150, 146.75, 146.75, 151. Google Google was holding really well today until last few minutes. Like it's holding this 34 EMA. It is sticking to that. It's 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. It's getting ready for a move. 90 is the best stop loss I can see. If I have to be any time positive on any ticker going into the earnings, I'll be going with Google. This is holding this area really, really well. 12 AM is coming. It's making higher highs, high lows. 34 and 12 are squeezing along. So it's extremely good area. Uh, by around 91, I will say. Stop loss is 90. It's a same thing. It is waiting for EMA to catch up. So I'm still gonna wait for 129, 130 area. Today it came to 130, but I still would want it to come down more so that I can enter into this. My stop loss has improved to 128.25. That's about it. I want it to come near so that I can take a, like if it tests it and bounces, that will be a perfect entry. And I would love to do that. If it does not, then it can test 125. Then I have Meta. Same thing, Meta came into the range, and again, Meta, Google, Amazon, they were respecting this trend line. The 12 EMA is catching up. I think it may uh, try to test it one more time, but I still want it to hold 133. So I want to go above, reducing it to neutral. I want to buy above 133.25. If there's a dip, I would love to buy that dip on Facebook. My targets are 137. 50, it has been a resistance area. And then 142.50. It is still holding that important area. So it's really, really important. Microsoft failed, and it failed really miserably. It was trying to break out and could not clear the pink box, came bang to the 12 EMA. That's why, like, if you look at my charts, you will realize one thing. The numbers which I post here, or the numbers which are in the Fibonacci, they are very well respected. So I would recommend you to go back and see how I create them. I've done multiple videos. If you have a new ticker, I can show you how to do it. But if you start doing it, you will see that yes, those levels are respected, and you will have a confidence in your setups. Once you have confidence, even if you had losses in few days, you will have the ability to gain back. And that is what is required. Just never give up, learn as much as you can. I'm here to help how much I can. But end of the day, you need to understand, you need to practice. So this is clearly a short. A loss of 235 will be really, really bad. So it's a breakout which failed. So I'm going to delete this. Microsoft is short. My stop loss is 238.50 now. Short on rise. Uh, 235, 236, 237. If it comes in that range, target is 232, 232.50, and then 226.75. 60% short. Netflix, I'm inclined for shorts because it's losing that area. So every time it loses this area, it comes down and tests the long-term trend line, which is around 300 298 area. So I would love to see if it holds 319 or there or not. But I'm inclined towards short on Netflix. The only thing which has changed is the target one. Again, that's my take. Earnings are really, really unexpected. And my luck with earnings is really like well known. I'm not good in earnings trades, but technically this is what I see, and I would like to follow that. Square, after like good positive move, this is a big bearish, like even it was holding well today. It went on to make newer highs, but failed and then did a massive downside. Now, what I want is I want to buy Square, but around 69 area. So I'm going to wait for Square. I'm reducing it to neutral. Now, if buy in dip, 69.50, 70 area. And my stop loss will be 68. Target will be 73.50. Bearish signal, friends. Nvidia came into the buying zone and then moved towards 170, 73. I think let it come down more because EMAs are still catching up. So I would introduce it to buy the dip 168, 170 area. If it comes in that range, I'll be a buyer. My stop loss will be 165. Target will be 175, 180. Last one is, again, I'm still getting neutral. Tesla. Tesla may fill this gap. There's a small gap between 122 to 125. Maybe in the morning, if it reaches 124, I'll be a buyer on Tesla. Tesla has numbers coming up. So again, buy in dip 124.50, 125-ish. Stop loss is 122.50. That's the gap. And target is 130, 131. Second is 142. Sell below 122.5. If it loses, then just sell it. All right, that's about it. Anyone has any questions? Any chance of Netflix closing if ER is good in line to the charts? I have doubts of that, but let's also check on Netflix options if we see anything in that range of 395-ish, 395 call. There's only one call, which is 16,000. 390 call, 50s. Like these are all probability, because it was 323 and the call was 57 cents. It came down to 323 and the call was double to 0.9. So this is a little strange. People have paid almost double the price when the price of Netflix went down. So let's see. And guys, the Zoom link is there. Please join in. And if you have any questions, please come forward. Yes, Pradeep.
Hi, Naval. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, hi. So quick question, Naval. So this is more about like not the levels, but actually implementation question, right? So early in the mornings from 8:30 to about 10:15, there was a chop area, right? So there was a big candle down at 8:30. I'm looking at ES, 1 minute time frame.
1 minute time frame, like again, that's so much of noise. So I'll at least stick to 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. We can look at 15 minutes too.
Yeah. So this is 15 minutes at 8 o'clock. Yeah. This is choppiness right there.
Right over there, right? So at what point, if you look at the choppiness, okay, at what point were you able to establish a short bias, and what was the criteria for establishing that bias?
See, I posted around 10 something, around 4005 area. Okay. And this was an evening star setting up on 15 minutes right here.
Okay.
The dodgy, and an evening. So I was mentioning clearly that 4005 is a make or break, because whenever you have evening star, it usually go down 2 candles. So the first candle, the second candle. This candle closed right on 3995, right? Which was an important level. Now the last of this level, if you go back to the sheet from yesterday, said that yes, it's going to test 3960. It went on to make 3950, right? It held on to 3960 area, right? And then tried to bounce. It tried to test the 12 EMA, but could not break.
Could not break it. Yeah.
And then it just went down.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why I just keep things very simple.
Mm.
That look at the patterns. 1 minute is like too much of information. And when you have too much of information, it makes decisions very hasty. So
Got it. Got it.
if you
So yeah,
have,
primarily using. Sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
if you are looking at this structure, which I follow, I just keep two EMAs, 12 and 34. If 12, if the candle is above 12, I will consider it positive.
Mhm.
If candle is below 12, it will try to come towards 12. If it fails, it will continue to go down.
Right, right. You explained it actually. Crossover 12, then retest at 12, and then break over. Then that's a long signal. Okay, so primarily to summarize the answer, you're looking at the chart pattern. That's evening star over there, and basically like a follow through was the criteria for establishing a short bias over there. So
Yes.
there was no trade between 8 to 10:30 at all. Actually,
No,
the
I
trade.
did not post anything.
Understood, understood. Yeah, I'm just okay.
And one important thing you see right here, there's a crossover.
Correct.
That's another confirmation for you that yes, now we are in a negative territory. So if you do not want to do anything, just follow these crossovers. Okay, right now it's, if you went short right here, maybe right here at this stage, just hold on to your shorts until and unless this crossover happens again.
Understood. Okay.
So that will allow you to hold on to your position for long.
Got it. Got it. And one more request, Noel. You mentioned that you had a video of you actually explaining the Fibonacci
Yes,
on how you.
under learning. Like if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a learning section.
Okay.
All these videos are there. In case
There are so many videos over there. Is there a
in
way
the
that
learning section only in the learning section.
only in the learning section? Okay, I'll have a look at that. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Noel.
No problems. Ajay, you wanted Expedia. Expedia was showing some relative strength in the morning, but again, Expedia is also a evening star. I want this gap to be filled on Expedia, 95-ish. If it does, that will be positive. So I'll be a dip buyer on Expedia if it comes around 95, 96. Right now, there's a possibility of it going down and filling the gap. Nehal, you have any questions? No? All right. If nobody has any other questions, guys, if you're not going to interact, then it's your choice. I can only ask. Thank you. Good night.